Hey everybody, welcome back to part 2 of the deck profile weekly video. And this time in this video we're doing an updated deck profile of my favorite deck, my main deck of all time, is Seal Blaze Maiden Bavsargra. Now, due to all the recent supports we've been getting from this collection and from the past collection, which by the way I'm still waiting on the 2 more copies of a certain Seal Blaze Dragon from the festival collection, which is grossly overpriced, by the way. But I did manage to snag some cards that are from the Set 6 collection and combine it with the other collections that have the Seal Blaze in its name, pretty much. Now, we are all very familiar with this deck can do and who it's wielded by. Now, I will say this. We may not see the new Seal Blaze Dragon from the Festival collection from 2022, sadly. Or is it 2021? I don't remember anymore. But either way, it was my goal. But we all know that this deck has the ability to arms Bavsargra with different arms cards. So it's not your typical set order. We might get a new grade 3 Bavsargra in the later set. I'm not sure because there's already been confirmed Seal Blaze, a grade 2 Seal Blaze Dragon from the Set 9 collection. So if we're lucky, we might get more Seal Blaze Dragons. And who knows, maybe Mirei will finally have a new grade 3 Bavsargra as a main ride line. Because as you guys know, Donji's got a new Bruce grade 3 boss monster. Yu's got a whole new ride line deck full of Nirvana Jiva. Let me think. Who else got an upgrade? Oh yeah. I just lost track of thought. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot his name. Fuck. He's the guy that hangs out with Tamari. Who also wields Orphis. Who also became Orphis Regis. And then we got Mazanori, who had Zorga, but now became Grave Zorga. So there's a lot of new ride lines and a lot of things to think about right now. But we're not here for them. We're here for Bavsargra. Because to me, she's very importante until Lucier comes out. And then this silk will be part of my top decks. It's just Lucier will automatically take the first spot. Because she's my avatar. She's my favorite. And I favor her more than any other unit out there. But Bavsargra did prove her worth a lot of times. And I will always play this deck no matter what the cost may be. Anyways, let's just start with the deck profile right now before we get into conclusions. And of course, we're still using the Team Daybreak sleeves because Mirei is Team Daybreak leader. So we got Blaze Dragon Arhinsa for our grade 0. Seal Blaze Dragon Namorkahr for our grade 1. Seal Blaze Dragon Halibadra for the grade 2. And finally, the Grand High Bitch herself is Seal Blaze Maiden Bavsargra. So, this is the confirmed ride line. It will stay that way no matter what the cost may be. So yeah, there it goes. I don't know why I'm so scrambling. And sorry for the lighting. It's on the wrong side of the angle. I know. Now for the deck, we are using white sleeves with over the blue sleeves. And I think this is the most adorable feel to it because I do like how it looks. Alright. So for the main deck, which is grade 0, we are still playing 4 copies of Trickmoons because there's now a combination you can do as long as you have a Trickmoon on the field and 1 in the graveyard. So anytime you use a new arms card by soul charging, you can just get another Trickmoon out of the drop zone and countercharge. So it's still like a rotating cycle, like a loop. Found out the hard way a little bit. Ow. So next, for triggers, 4 copies of Blaze Maiden Reony. And I do like the artwork on that one. It does remind me of Rona. But since Rona is technically Yu's card, we have to go with some other maiden who can give her that. I can always give Mirei, I guess, the dinosaur Parasolstice. But I like the Blaze Maiden theme a lot better. So I think Reony is a good option choice. I'm also doing 2 copies of Flail Dragon for 2 draws. 3 copies of Maiden Zonne. And 4 copies of Burning Flail Dragon. So we are using 0 criticals in this deck because, you know, I'm very now open to try now options beyond my recognition to see how this build right here alone. Well, actually, before we continue, 2 copies of the fronts, Blazeman Parama. Oh god, Shiza. Let me see if we can move this up a little bit and see what happens. Okay, I may have to hold this, but yeah, there's 2 copies of that one. And then we have Dragon King of Resurgence, Dragveda for our last guy. So this right here alone. Oh, there it goes. Okay, maybe let's sneak her in a wee bit here. But yeah, despite the glare up here, up here, sorry about that. This right here alone is a new build for trigger lineup. I want to give it a shot first. If I don't like it, I can just return it back to normal. But I'm more liking the idea of including everything from all the rainbow triggers and everything else. So, you know, everyone can be entitled to their personal opinions. I'm just very open to different concepts and different ideas. Okay, so yeah, and yes, that is, and as you can tell, they're all blue sleeved. Because the way I see it is that your sleeves will eventually rank up to be a certain sleeve you want or a different look you want. To make you feel like you have this newfound confidence in yourself and found a resolve. And also, in my last deck, so this is kind of similar, but we're going to go with it. You don't need many grade 1s in Bavsargra, I come to find out. You don't really need too many. In the beginning, you thought you needed it, but turns out it's more important, more grade 3s. So, we're playing 4 copies of Steel Blaze Dragon Samsara. And Samsara has I've grown very liking this unit, very much so. But as long as you have both Deity arms attached to Bavsargra, you can gain the following effects. 1, if it's the left Deity arms, this card gains intercept, the power to intercept. And this one also gains 5,000 power as long as the right Deity arms on the field is on as well. So there you go. And next, we're also still using 3 perfect guards, which is Sparkle, Rejector Dragon. And then we also have Elementaria, Sanctitude. Yes, we are trying out the new promo, which is grossly now getting more expensive, which because of how popular it might be. So if I sell like 20 of them, I might get a nice little chunk of money of it. But I'm choosing not to because this card might come in very handy big time. So that's why I'm keeping my extra copies of it. So yeah, that is Samsara and the grade 1s. I'm playing 4 grade 2s in the deck, and I'm choosing the newest one from the Set 6 collection. Is Steel Blaze Dragon Shabda. I like the name Shabda a lot. Now y'all can just argue saying that 3 might be a good option, but I like 4. And the reason why is, during your turn, if you have 2 or more arms on your Vanguard, this unit gets 5k power. Drop effect. When your unit is placed from drop to rear guard, if your Vanguard is Steel Blazeman Bavsargra, Counterblast 1 and call this card to rear guard. So, that's all you need. That's just pretty much it right there. So, I'm actually liking it. And plus, you can always argue that you can have 3 on the field if you want. 1 in the back, just in case. If this one gets destroyed, you have another one to stand up with. But the counterblasting is very, very, very risky. Especially since you have to have like 5 damage, all unflipped, in order to use this skill carefully, because there are some cards in here that require a shit ton of counterblasting, like this one, for example. But if you're willing to go through with it, go through with it. Next, for grade 3s, we are playing, of course, a grossly over amount of grade 3 cards. 3, 7... I think we're playing 14 in here. Okay, I may have to count it, but yes. So, of course, in this deck for Grade 3, we are playing 3 Bavsargras for the Persona Rare ability and the Soul effect. Because this deck does require a lot of Soul to activate her secondary skill, Soul Blast 2 cards from your Soul and retire your opponent's front or rear guards. In exchange, you get +1 critical. So, that's basically what's going to happen. And then, excuse me. And then, we're playing 4 copies of Steel Blaze Dragon Adarla, which now I can see why people like playing him at 4, because as long as you have an arms card in your graveyard, you can just counterblast 1 card and reattach that arms card for free, and then she still gains 5k power. So I can now see why she comes in very handy. And of course, when you attach something, Bavsargra's ability will soul charge and call a grade 1 or less unit from the drop back to the field. So that's why you only made grade 1s in a deck, because the ones I think you need more important of is Adarla, Trickmoon, and Bavsargra. So basically the deck revolves around those cards by itself. Now for the arms cards. Of course, the most popular one we have is 4 copies of Deity. Now, I can see why Deity is now best F4 cards, because, you know, every time it's attached to Bavsargra, you can draw a free card, soul charge a card, get a monster back from the graveyard, and then, additionally, and then it allows you to play an additional arms card for that turn. So there you go. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, and also when your Vanguard attacks, it provides you 10,000 power to your Vanguard. Then 1 copy of Pre-TV, which is a Soul Blast card. So the other one does a counter blasting. This one does a Soul Blast. So 1 card is an essential 1 copy. And then at the end of the battle, this Bavsargra attacked. By counterblasting 2 cards and discarding Pre-TV from Bavsargra, you can deal 1 damage to your Vanguard, or your opponent's Vanguard. So that actually eases the pain with for a more pressure attack, so to speak. Now for the defense cards, we have 1 copy of Swayambu, which is the counterblast card and also provides 10,000 power to Bavsargra when she's attacked. And then finally, my personal favorite, the gun. Steel Blaze Gun Chandra. Much like Pre-TV, Chandra's skill is a Soul Blast, and also when Bavsargra attacks, you counterblast 2 cards and she gets +1 drive. So we have 1 card that gives out +1 drive, grants Bavsargra 10,000 power to the shield, pretty much. Additional 10,000 power for the attack on both of them, but this one deals a damage to you after it slays the attack. This one just gives you 10,000 power and draw a card, pretty much. And play additional arms card this turn. So, you're pretty much set for the whole entire event right there. And then, maybe down the line, we'll see some new arms cards down the line, so to speak. But anyways, you guys, that is the conclusion update deck profile video of my favorite avatar, Steel Blaze Maiden Bavsargra, and that is it for Deck Profile Weekly this week. And good thing too, because I was originally gonna plan on doing this tomorrow, but tomorrow is New Year's Eve, and I already have plans for tomorrow, so I won't have time to make these videos for you guys. So I figured today would be a best option. So if I don't see you guys tomorrow, I will see you guys in the new year. So happy New Year's, you guys, and don't get drunk, don't get too crazy, and please be safe out there, make good choices, and don't get into any fistfights. And please, for the love of God, don't let anybody tell you how to do your decks. Don't let anybody tell you how to live your life. Just live your life the most happiest way you can know how. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys like the content I do create on my channel, please subscribe to my channel, ring the bell, notifications on, all those shindigs, and comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this deck and what are your thoughts on the next collections and what's your favorite deck you guys like to play at locals. I want to know about this. So anyways, you guys, have a safe trip, have a safe day, and Have a good day. Okay, I said good day too many times. Sorry, my brain's starting to fry. As always, you guys, I've been your faithful host, Siren Frost, signing out.